You're losing power every single day, and you don't even realize it. Every time you over-explain, every time you justify yourself, every time you rush to fill a silence nobody asked you to fill. The most dangerous, most magnetic people, they don't do any of that. They use silence, and it works like nothing else. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is not weakness. Silence, when used correctly, is one of the most commanding psychological tools a person can possess. Today, we go deep into why it works and how the most powerful people in the world use it. Why does silence feel so uncomfortable? Because your brain is wired to detect threats, and silence in the middle of a conversation registers as one. When you stop talking, the other person's brain immediately asks, "Did I say something wrong? What are they thinking?" Studies show that an unexpected pause of even 3 to 4 seconds creates measurable anxiety in the listener. Their mind races, and almost always, they start talking to fill that void. The person who stays silent is calm. The person who breaks it is anxious. In any social interaction, whoever is more anxious loses. Here's something most people never consider. How much you speak is directly tied to how much you need validation. Insecure people talk more. They over-explain. They fill silences because silence feels like rejection. But truly confident people? They're comfortable with pauses, and that stillness is subconsciously read by everyone around them as authority. Think about every powerful figure you've encountered. The CEO who listens more than she talks. The negotiator who lets the offer sit without flinching. They are not afraid of silence. And because they're not afraid of it, you are. When you are consistently quiet and composed, people project qualities onto you. They assume you're deep, calculating. That when you do speak, it means something. The less you say, the more weight your words carry. Compare that to someone who never stops talking. After a while, their voice becomes background noise. People stop listening. But the quiet one? Everyone wonders about them, now, in conflict. When someone attacks or challenges you, most people react immediately. They defend, raise their voice, throw words back. And every time they do that, they give the other person exactly what they wanted. A reaction. A reaction is a form of submission. When you react, you prove they have power over your emotional state. But when you go silent, they have nothing to work with. The most powerful negotiators live by one rule. After you make your move, shut up. The first person who speaks to fill that void loses. So how do you actually develop this? 1. Listen more than you talk. Let the other person finish. The discomfort you feel in that silence, that's a muscle. Build it. 2. Pause before you respond. Let 2 seconds pass. That pause makes your words land harder every single time. 3. Stop over-explaining. When you make a decision, state it. Confidence doesn't justify itself. 4. Get comfortable alone. If you're always filling your own silence with noise, scrolling, music, distraction, you're running from yourself. Sit with stillness. That's where your power lives. In a world louder than ever, where everyone is performing and screaming for attention, the person who goes quiet stands out in a way noise never can. Silence is not the absence of power, it is the power. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room. Be the one they can't figure out, the one whose words carry weight, the one who never flinches. Be the silence in a noisy world and watch how everything changes.